okay, people, I know I don't make Baldi content, but I just found this cool mod which allows you to make your own levels, and I just want to tell you how to get it and how to use it. Okay, so I would recommend another video for knowing how to install this mod, but basically go to Game Banana, which I will maybe have linked down below if I remember to, or just search it up on Game Banana. And then install Bepinex and everything just stated in there, but I recommend another tutorial for that, but I'll just tell you how to use this thing. Now right here you should have this editor button. If not, check if this says modding API 9000. It should say that at least on this version. Now you have play and edit, and if you want to play, there are some levels here you can do, but obviously we want to edit. Full means it's a full level. Compliant, I think it's just missing some like special block thingies. And rooms, it's just like a room. Now I'll be going over the full thing. Now here, this is how the editor looks like. You can use right click to move around, WSD to move around. You cannot go up or down for some reason. They should definitely add that. And you can look behind you for some reason, I don't know. Okay, anyway, over here we have your hotbar, kinda like in Minecraft. And here you can like manage the level. And here's the undo and redo buttons. And the global settings, which is basically changing the name and how the whole thing works. And here's your box, and here is everything. Absolutely everything. But first we'll be going over the global settings. Now here you can change the name to something like Greg, and you can also do special events, like you can do fog, flood, broken ruler, party, mystery room. The lockdown doesn't work, but it's fine. It'll maybe work in future versions. Gravity chaos, student shuffle, and boulder dash. And you can also have the timer. For example, in 3 minutes, the school is gonna close down and Baldi is gonna get faster and stuff like that. Now it's 0 minutes. I think it's just disabled if it's 0 minutes. And here you can change all of these. Now in here you can change the skybox to anything you like. Sunset, dark, midnight, and day, and this. And yeah, then you can change the minimum light color and the light mode. And then these are the global structures. There isn't really much here yet. And here's the mode settings. You can have hide and seek, grapple challenge, silly challenge, yeah, anything you want to. And that's all of them. After this, we'll look at the hotbar. First we have a main hallway, which you can just click on, and then you can hold your mouse to make something like this. Now here's like a room. And if it looks super dark like this, which it almost always looks like, you can grab this thing right here. It's light. You can just click on it and put it right here. And now you see it works. Or it's lighter. I'll be going over more of that later. After that, we have a classroom, which you can just do like that. Also, if you accidentally resize it like wrong, or you want to make it smaller or bigger, you can just click on it and then you can resize it more. Like this. This is a bad classroom, I'll make it like this. And when I clicked on it, you saw I had like this little cog. Now if I click on it, I can change the textures of the wall, ceiling, and floor. Now yeah, this is pretty cool. I can make it I can make it this a fence, which does not look very good. I'll just change it back. And now, if I delete this light, you see why is it dark even though there's a light here? That's because you don't have a door. You can put a standard door or a swinging door, I don't know, like one of these. And if you don't want to place lights absolutely everywhere, you can go into the light bulbs settings, and you can make light groups. Like if you want to have this light be at a big strength, meaning light up a bigger area, you can. But if you want another light which is super weak, you can go to the strength and make it really small, or you can make it like blue. This is really cool in my opinion, I think. Yeah, okay. Anyways, now we have a faculty room, we have an office, which is basically principal's office, where principal puts you to when you get detention. And then you have a merge tool, which you can merge things with. I don't actually know how to use this because I'm not that experienced. But yeah, and then delete tool, of course. You have the box, which has way too much stuff for me to go over in one video. This video would be like 3 hours long if I went over every single thing in detail. Now, first of all, I'll go over the things you like definitely need. First, we have over here on the activities tab, we have a notebook. You can put this down, but I would recommend putting it in classrooms because it's way easier. And you can only put one of these in each room. There are also other types of notebooks, for example, a math machine, balloon buster, match machine. And after this, there's the elevators, which are in tools. You can have the entrance elevator, I can put it right here, and an elevator that can be used to exit the level like it says. And then there's also the spawn point tool and wall tool, which the wall tool looks like this. If I place it down, it just places down a wall. Simply like that. I can also remove a wall if I want to, and there's no wall there. There's also zones in here, which you know from like floor 4, I think. I'm not that experienced with this game. Also, here's the items. They're pretty self-explanatory. You can just place these down and then the player can pick them up. And then there's different types of doors, which you should know if you play Baldi's Basics. Also, there's these flaps, because why not? And also there's Baldi you can place down, principal, sweep. There sadly isn't students in here, which is sad. I hope they add them in the next update. Then you have objects, which is just everything you see the Baldi games. Your level is gonna be really bland without objects. I would like, for example, add like a table or big desk or chair and desk and student chest. Like, yeah, I would definitely add these to make it look a bit better. And yeah, there's a lot of these. Then you have structures, which we have these doors, conveyor belts, vents, shape locks, power alarms, power levers, steam valves, wormholes, zone 1 lockdown, everything, and a teleporter. This is how you use a vent. You put it down like inside a room, and then you click the arrow which you want to go outward like this. After that, you can click on like horizontal or vertical of where you want the vent to go. For example, I can't click here, but I can click here, if that makes sense. And then when you feel like you're done with your vent, you can just click again, and that's the end. Now if I would go in the vent, I would come out from here. And yeah, these shape locks work pretty simply. You can just click a room, and the player would need the shape key lock thing to enter. And you should find it in items, yeah, right here. You just put that down, and then the player can enter the room. Now, finally, we have posters. This isn't all of this, by the way. This is just like kind of simple stuff. But posters are basically pretty cool. You just read what it says and you can put it down. And also at the end, you can make custom posters. Custom image, custom Baldi says, custom chalkboard, custom bulletin board, and a custom small bulletin board. These are really cool, and you should definitely use them in your thingies. And how you can do custom textures. For example, if I would want a different looking hallway, basically it's super simple. You can just put a floor and browse custom textures, which will open a new file explorer window where you can import stuff. And if you have a whole bunch of rooms and you don't want to individually change every one of them, you can do apply to all rooms of the same type, which is kind of useful. Now I think that's like basically everything. Except all I can talk about the stay open lockdown door thingy. So here you have a button and a door. So first of all, you just place the door where you like, and then a button where you like. So basically there's a button and it opens this door. And then you have a lockdown door, which can be toggled by a lever. And I think they work kind of like the same. If you put this in a hallway like this, and I put a lever like the red wire in here, and it powers this. Oh wait, I can't do that actually, never mind. And I put the lever right over here and connect it to here. Then that means this door, which was over here but not anymore, I think. Wait. Yeah, now if this power is off, which is on the default I think it is, then this door is gonna be closed. But when you power it on, this door is gonna be open. I think. I haven't used this much, but I mean, I hope so. And then conveyor belts, which should be pretty easy. Oh yeah, because this thing needs a button, I forgot. You put that there and then you have a button right here which toggles it, or which way it goes, I think. But then we have a buttonless one, which is, yeah, a buttonless one. I think you can also, yeah, no you can't, never mind. But yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, well now for the last part of the video, which first you should save your level. And now you have a whole bunch of stuff, or for you probably don't have anything here. But here's the name you will want to save your level as. You can name it anything, like gaming. And then you just press OK and it should be here the next time you open this. But I'm not gonna save this because of course I'm not. And then you can load a level from your already existing ones if you have those. And then you can export, which I'm not gonna press because I don't wanna. And here you can play your level, you can play test it and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to disable Baldi, like playtest like that, which would be cool in my opinion. I think they should add like a playtesting thing. But if they do, then I'm stupid, sorry. I think that's about it. Well, okay, I think this is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you want a more in-depth tutorial about this. Like I can tell how to install it, or about the custom thingies, custom custom challenges, and everything like that, and more about the confusing stuff, which I will have to learn about it too because I don't know I don't know a whole lot about them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.